Hachi. Oh, wait. Sorry. I didn't realize I was playing 2 BGMs at once. Hello, welcome. Oh, that's so creepy how the, how my chat thing, how, like, the text does those, like, numbers. I don't even understand why we have those, like, alright, man. I guess it's true. YouTube is trying to be TikTok 2.0. Hello there, cat. I see you. Yeah, it's a nice blanket. Oh, it's kind of bouncy a little bit. It's weird. It doesn't wrap around my body the way I think a blanket probably should. Oh well, that's okay. It's all right. Hold on. Maybe I need to make it bigger. Great big blanket. Oh yeah. Ah yeah, that's the stuff. Get me a giant blanket. Those are my favorite kinds. I remember when I was younger, I would have sleepovers with my friends, and we would gather up like the different blankets and like pretend that they were like fancy dresses, and we would have like soap operas in the living room. This is my comfort blanket. It doesn't provide heat. It only provides comfort. It's true. It's magical like that. And I especially need comfort right now because my back all of a sudden started hurting and I don't know why. I think that I was dancing too hard. Cuz I got to go to round 1 today again, and I had a very good time. I played a lot of games. Like yeah, so I played a dance around, even though I would have preferred Dan Evo, but that's okay. And I was popping off, let me tell you. I was popping off. I was dancing so hard, and the I played like two rounds, and so the second time that I played, I didn't school any children, but the second time that I played, there was like a group of people at like a different cabinet, and they were playing games, and like some people from their party were like watching me, and then like there was like a lady in their group, and she came up behind me to watch me, and after I finished my dance, she was like clapping. She was like, "Yeah, you did so good." I was like, "Ah, thank you." It just goes to show, you know. I think out of all the movement based rhythm games, I don't know. I feel like Danevo. I think that one is like the trickiest to do, but also the easiest to learn. Cause like, you know, it's not like with like DDR, or like what's that other one with like the big mat, like Dance Rush or whatever it's called. It's not like those two where like, you know, the only way that you can practice is to actually like physically be there. For Dan Evo, you can just like look up the videos on YouTube and like follow them. That's what I do. And that's how I get good. I just look them up on YouTube, and then I like practice the moves. However, if you're not very active, then it's probably a hard game. Well, I mean, I feel like if you're not very active, any of the dance related rhythm games you would have a very fun time at. I did play other games, but you know, I miss Dan Evo. That's my point. Is I miss it. I hate that there's like no cabinets for it anywhere. Like I've heard rumors that there is like one arcade cabinet of it like very far away from where I live. So, you know, if I'm ever in that city, I'll check it out, see if they have it. But, like, I didn't even see it anywhere in Japan. I was disappointed. I was like, oh man, you know, surely, if anywhere is to have this game, it's gonna be in Japan. But no, they didn't have it in Akihabara. They didn't have it in Ikebukuro. Nowhere that I saw. So, rest in peace, Dan Evo. The only time I've ever been able to play you was at conventions. Well, is that I only played it at one convention, and let's just say I do not go to that convention anymore because they scammed me. Yeah, I would say I feel like DDR is probably your best bet. It's probably like the easiest. Cause with that one, you can like the easy mode for DDR is like, well, I mean it is old. For DDR, you can just like set it at like the easy setting, and like, you know, there won't be as many buttons that you have to hit, so you know it'll ease you into it a lot more. But with Dan Evo and like, you know, Dan around, like you do at least have to like respond to the choreography, you know. There are easier modes for it, but at the same time, you know, you still, especially for Dan Evo, Dance Around, it at least does have like easier choreography for the like easy modes, but for Dan Evo, you kind of just have to like know the choreography, even if you're playing easy mode, Maji easy mode. How did the convention scam me? Well, I had pre-ordered a ticket for this convention, and then I was doing a panel, which I didn't like not buy a ticket because I didn't know if my panel was gonna get selected or not, but it did, and so I got a free badge because I was doing a panel. And so we tried to get a refund, you know, for the ticket that we bought, and they just never gave us one. Like I tried reaching out. I tried reaching out to like everyone I could. Like I tried messaging like even the head person of the convention, and they just did not respond. They ghosted me. So yeah, that kind of sucked. Hello, welcome. And my only problem with DDR is that I do not weigh enough for those games, as I sadly found out once. They like, they had like a new, it wasn't like, I think it was called something else, but it was functionally the same game. And like, my body weight just was not enough to press those buttons. I had to like jump full force onto them, which especially sucked because they had like hold notes. So like my body weight was okay. You scared me with that. Sorry, my cat. My body weight was enough to like land on the button, but it wasn't enough to like hold on it, you know? It was kind of just like a one and done. I don't know. So I'm nervous to try like other similar cabinets. That, and like also, for some reason at the arcade that I go to, the DDR cabinets, they're always like, they always have people there. Like there's just people that come like just to do DDR. And I'm too scared to approach them because they seem very like, you know, they're like pros, you know, and I'm a Dan Evo player. I don't know how to do this game really. So I'm you know, I'm worried that they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is this noob doing on my game? I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I need like 2 people. Just like have somebody like stand behind me, and we like hit the buttons at the same time. I feel like that could work. I think so. Yeah, it makes me anxious. Because I'm like, and they have like whole setups and everything. Like they'll have like a camera up, and they'll have like sweat rags and water. I'm like, all right, man. Clearly, this is your preferred sport. You know, I'm not judging. I'm not judging because like when I play dance around, I gotta have water too. Because like I said, I was popping off. I was popping off when I was playing today. No, not the sea dragon. How's the sea dragon gonna help? It doesn't have any limbs. It's a noodle. It's like a water noodle. Yeah, no, I'm sure the people that are like regulars at that arcade, I'm sure they are very nice people, and they would be totally okay with giving a noob like me a chance. I'm just too anxious. It's a me problem. I'll be honest. It's a me problem. It's like the only time I've ever like had any sort of interaction with like people that are like super proficient in like one specific rhythm game was a few months back. I think it was actually last year. I went to play Taiko, and there's this other guy. He like came up and he was like, "Do you mind if I play?" And he was so good. Oh my gosh. I picked some like random Vocaloid song to play, and I was playing on like normal mode and hitting like every other beat. And then meanwhile, this guy, he picks like the hardest song in the game. And he's just like it's just railing away on that drum. I'm like, oh, all right. I see how it is. Oh, it probably isn't the hardest song in the game, but I wouldn't know. To me, it seemed very hard. I was just kind of like, I was watching, because like, if you've never played Taiko, they have like, when you do multiplayer, there's like, player one's, like, their chart is on top, and then the other player's on the bottom. And, like, I was watching his on the bottom, and there's like 50 little things to hit on the screen, and mine is just like, thunk, thunk, thunk. I was like a supporting vocals. Hi, welcome. I'm doing all right. My cat's getting out of here. Are you sick of hearing my voice? Womp womp. That's too bad. L to my cat. Yeah, I played the Taiko. I played it today for a little while, and you can tell that I need more practice because my hands were hurting. They hurt so bad. They only had one because they have 2 cabinets for it, but only one was available, and only like one drum of that one was available. So it was just me all by myself. That's okay. That's all right. I'm proficient at my own rhythm games, you know. Danavu and Project Diva, that's my bread and butter right there. I'm trying to get better at Project Diva Arcade. I'm not very good, and it doesn't help that the cabinets that they have at the nearest round 1 to me are not very well maintained. The first time that I ever went to round 1, I played on it, and like the screen shut off mid-game. And I was doing good too. I was on my way to a full combo. I was doing so good. And then all of a sudden, the screen just turned off. Like the game was still, it was still going, like the game was still on and everything. The screen just shut off, so I couldn't see what I was hitting, and then I lost. I was like, that's not my fault. I just started out here, so you're just in time. And welcome, yeah. And then so for today, when I played Project Diva today, once again, I was on my way. I was gonna get a full combo, but for some reason, the triangle button was broken or something. And I noticed this before in like the other games, like the other, because you get like three songs that you can play. And so I noticed that like a few times when I hit the triangle button, it like wouldn't press. Man, I was so mad. I was so I was this close. I had a 98%. My score was 98. I would have had 100 because it made me lose 2 points. Can't believe it. They need to fix it. They need to fix their buttons. Fix your games, my local round 1. But yeah. That's just, I was not very happy about that. It knew, the game knew I was too powerful. That's what it is. The game had to hold me back because they knew that I would be too powerful. It's okay though. It's alright. Because, you know what, I got it, I got a 100%, well, I actually got a over 100% score on, not Future Tone, on Mega Mix on my PC, so that's right. That's what matters, is on my own personal copy, I have a high score. Exactly. It didn't know what to do. It was like, gosh, we can't let her win. She would be too powerful. It was right, I would be. Oh well. Next time we'll win. And yeah, we walked around the mall a little bit. And oh yeah, and I don't normally like, I don't usually play for the claw games because number one, they don't usually have anything that I like really want. Like sometimes they'll have like a cute Miku figure or something, but the figures are always like way harder to win. I think the only thing that they had at round 1 today when I was down there was they had this Hosho Marine plushie, and I was like, oh my gosh, because like it's the kinds of plushies. Hold on, let me. One Hololive plushies. Let me see. Let me show you. I can show you because I have. Watch this. I got. Oh wait, I forgot to turn it on. There we go. So it was this little marine here. I didn't know they had this many of them though. That's crazy. I kind of want Pekora now too. Or Laplas. Laplas looks really cute. Yeah. So I really wanted one of those because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen these, because they had like similar ones in Japan too. So me and Mama V, we both played, and And she got it. She got it on the first try, and I did not. I was like, well, glad one of us got it. So I was like, yay. I mean, would I like to have all of them? Sure. Do I have the space to have all of them? No. I'm running out of room. I have so many plushies and figures. I need to manage my space. I just can't help it. They got so much cute stuff coming out all the time. Though I will say, I do think I have gotten better with pre-orders, especially now, because like, honestly, for the most part, the only things that I have been really pre-ordering is just like Hololive figures and Vocaloid figures. I rarely ever get like any other anime figures unless it's an anime that I like really like Elusive Samurai. I have like a bunch of Tokiyuki stuff just because he's my baby, he's my son. Yeah, well, I mostly have, for like anime plushies, I have a decent amount. The real issue that I have is all of the plushies that I have accumulated since my childhood. Like I've got so many webkins. I know I've talked about it before. Like I have like over 100. And they're still in my house, still in a on a big shelf in my room, and some are on my bed. Yeah, I don't know. You could call me a hoarder. It's probably true. At least to some extent. I'm not like one of those like hoarders on like those TV shows that like don't throw anything away because they're like, no, I can't. I'm too sentimental for it. Like, you know, I'm not that far gone. Do I have a favorite? I don't know. I feel like I can't pick a favorite. I have so many. Though my first ever webkins, she holds a very special place in my heart. It was a Pinto horse. I named her Lovable. Because I was like, I don't know, like 6? Like 5 or 6 when I got her. I was babby. So, you know, she definitely has a very special place in my heart. And yeah. Speaking of webkins, actually, I got to go back to the place that I saw where they had like collectible stuff. Because I think I talked about it. Yeah, maybe I should draw that. Maybe I should draw Lovable as Umusume. That would be cute. Yeah, so I talked about it, like, I think from the last time that I went to round 1, I saw before that store had, like, it had a Barbie of Swan Lake plushie, so I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta see what all they have in there. Okay, I'm talking about, like garbage and stuff, like actual garbage, not like clothes or like, I don't know, like plushies or, you know, things like that. That's different. It is different. Anyways, so we finally got to go into that store. It was really interesting. They had a lot of, you know, stuff that you would expect. Like they had some like OG Beanie Babies and like Barbie dolls, all sorts of things. And they also had webkins in there. I was like, oh my god, I should not have come in here. Though unfortunately, none of the webkins had like the tags or anything, which, you know, oh well, that's all right. But they were very cute. It's funny though. I had like a decent portion of the ones that they had. I was very tempted to get the black cat one though, because I do in fact have a black cat. Mama B would call me a hoarder, okay? she would say that. I'm not a hoarder, I'm a collector, okay? I'm a collector. I just, you know, I just kind of tend to go all out when I collect stuff. Blame Grandpa B, alright? That's where it all came from. That's where it all came from, was from Grandpa B. Always, and Grandma B. Always getting me Webkins every single year. Like for my birthday and for Christmas and, you know, all the different holidays. It's alright, you know, listen, at least you can see the floor to my room. That's all I'm gonna say. She can refute that, but it's true. You can. So you know, it's just typical mom stuff. Always says your room's so dirty. It's like, it's not though. I have a very clear walkway. If there was a fire, you know, I would be fine. Yeah, exactly. At least I'm not like, at least I don't collect like soda cans or anything, or like Monster cans, which I know people do that. Though I think people that like collect Monster cans, I think they do like wash them out. I hope. As if not, I fear that they would have ants. And that's true. I don't have any infestations. I don't have any dead animals living in my room, you know, that I know of. There better not be. My cat better not have dragged anything into my room, which I don't think he would have. I have like one Ramune bottle that I got when I went to Disney World for it wasn't for the first time, but it was the first time that, like, okay, let me set the scene actually. So the year was, I think, like 2015 or something. So I had just like really hit the fan when it came to like getting into anime and like, you know, just Japanese culture in general. And so where I lived at the time, there really wasn't, like, at least that me and my family knew of, there wasn't really any like anything like cultural, like with Japanese culture in the area. Like, we didn't have any like anime merch stores or, you know, anything like that. And I couldn't really, we didn't really go to conventions, at least not really like anime conventions. But so I was just like, I was really getting into, you know, all that sort of thing. So we went to Disney World, and we went to Epcot. And so, like, if you don't know, they have like so you probably already know, like, you know, Epcot has the whole World Showcase where they have like different pavilions for different cultures. And the Japanese pavilion, they have like a little shopping center that had like a whole bunch of anime stuff. Like, okay, I'll tell you, the only place that you could buy like anime stuff at that time was either Hot Topic or the manga section at Barnes and Noble. That was it. That's all I had. Yeah, I've seen some very cute Pokemon plushies. There's like a whole Pokemon store at one of the malls that I go to. But yeah, so we went to the Japan Pavilion in Epcot, and so we bought just like a whole bunch of different like Japanese snacks and stuff, because this was the first time that I had ever like seen these things being sold. Like, you know, obviously I knew what Pocky was, and you know they had them at like what's it called, like Five Below and things like that. But they had different flavors. At the time, I had never seen any other flavors of Pocky. It was just chocolate and strawberry. But this one they had like chocolate and strawberry and matcha, and then they also had ramune, and I had never seen ramune before. I was like, holy crap, this is like, I'm never gonna be able to find this anywhere. So we bought like a couple of different ramune sodas, and so like I saved my bottle of ramune because, you know, that was just, it was the first time that I got like really like a taste of like, you know, Japanese snacks and things like that. Yeah, other than that, that's like the only can that I have. And I just held on to it because I was like, when am I ever gonna get one of these again? Little did I know, ramune would be a very common drink. But I didn't know. I was like, God, how old was I? Like 12? 13? Something like that. Young. Yeah, exactly. That's why I have like I have just like a little like memorial sort of thing from the trip there, because it might sound kind of silly, but you know, the Japan Pavilion at Epcot, it holds a very special place in my heart, because that was also the trip where we also went and ate at the restaurant that's at the pavilion, and Papa B had me like draw a little picture on the receipt, and I wrote the only thing that I knew how to write in Japanese, which was meow. So I wrote that. I drew like a little cat, and I wrote that on it. And our waitress, she was so shocked, and she thought that it was so cute, and she went to the back and she like showed her coworkers, and then she came back and she gave me like a little heart origami that said thank you. And yeah, that was really special to me. So I have just like a little memorial to that Disney magic moment. Oh, I hate saying that, but it's true. It was. I hate saying that because like it sounds so corporate and cringe. I'm not paid, I swear. I wish I was getting Disney money. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine too many customers coming in there knowing how to write in Japanese, even if it's katakana and it's meow. And I know firsthand, Japanese people they're very appreciative of people trying to learn their language. I feel like a lot of people would be very appreciative of you trying to learn their language, except for French people. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. I just get anxious whenever I have to like talk to people in Japanese. Ugh. Like just even like thinking back to like my trip to Japan and like me trying to converse with people. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. Like, I mean, I know in reality it's probably, you know, it's probably not like a big deal. You know, they probably are just like, okay, and then went on with their day. But I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm sure. Like I said, you know, Japanese people, they're very appreciative of people, especially like foreigners when they come to their country, and you know they try to speak to them in their language, as I'm sure most people would be. You know, I would be appreciative of foreigners when they visit here, and you know they try to speak in English with me. It helps a lot. Yeah, I can deal with you know, people just like typing into Google Translate. You know, that works just fine. But you know, I appreciate that. I appreciate the effort. Let this be a lesson to all of you learning English. Um, Most people, it's fine. Unless you're on the internet, because everybody's mean on the internet. But if you're talking to people like face to face and you have like broken English, like, you know, people will generally, at least the people I know, will generally, like, you know, they'll do their best to, you know, make sure everything is comprehensible. Yeah, exactly. The only people who will be mad at you for trying to speak their language and speaking their language improperly is French people. I don't know why. I don't know why they're so mad at foreigners that try to learn French. I don't get it. I feel like even a little bit would be helpful, but you know, I was raised American, not French, so I don't really get it. No, thankfully, I think like the only time I've like spoken French to anybody is like just in my high school French class. You know, just like doing like tests, like talking to my teacher, or like, you know, talking to my you know, my peers. It's not really the same. And I think I might be misremembering this, but I think this Papa B knew someone who's like French Canadian, and I think I've talked a little bit to her. I can't remember. Yeah, I've never heard if like French Canadians are like mean like French people are. But I'd like to hope that they're more Canadian than they are French. And so they would be a lot nicer. Which, oh yeah, so speaking of speaking French, that's a funny sentence. Um, so I like to yeah, honestly, I'm not like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure how much French DNA I have. I just know that I have some from my dad's side. Oh yeah, I've been there. I've been there too. I forget words I need to say when I was in Japan too. But yeah, so I know I'm part French on my dad's side, but I've never taken any sort of like tests, any DNA test. So I guess I'll never know. And I don't plan to. I don't want that information in their hands. Mm-mm. It'll be a secret forever. That's okay. That's probably for the best. You don't wanna have what's it called? You don't wanna have like quitter DNA. Oh well. Yes, exactly, exactly. They can't know. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. So sometimes I have been keeping up with watching Miraculous Ladybug. I know, a big sigh. It's been hit or miss. We'll just say some episodes are better than others. But I like to watch it because I started watching it in French, like you know, I don't know. I like watching it in French because it's number one. It's a kids show, so it helps me. It helped me like learn the language better. Like hearing it being spoken. It's just the thing. If it, that's like one of the better ways of like helping you learn a language. If anybody ever tells you don't use anime to learn Japanese, they're only half right. You can use it. You just have to keep in mind that the language that they use in anime is not totally indicative of what they use in real life. Not totally. That does not mean they don't talk like that ever at all. Like if somebody in anime says arigato, like that's still thank you. Everybody says that. But like kids shows are really good for learning languages because they use very simple words and simple sentence structures. So it helps you learn the language a lot better. That's a fact. That's a fact that I learned in school. How do I know that? Because my French teacher would have us watch Miraculous Ladybug in French in our class. Mhm. Yeah. So I've been keeping up with watching it, and so unfortunately they didn't add any of the episodes to Disney Plus until recently. And so like the only way that I've been able to watch the episodes is like in English as they air on Disney Channel, which is fine. Like I don't mind watching it in English, but I do I me personally, I am a sub enjoyer. I'm not a dub hater, but I like to watch shows the way I like to watch them, and that's me. So anyways, yeah. So they finally have them on Disney Plus now, so I could watch them in French. And there's an episode where you meet like the main boy character, his grandparents, and so his grandparents on his dad's side are like they have like very heavy French accents. And so I was like, when I watched the episode, I thought to myself what do they how do they have this in like the original French version? Because like in that one everybody's speaking in a French accent because they're speaking French, right? Like duh. But so I was just like thinking to myself, like how do they like what accent do they give them in that? Because they do also like for various different characters they will give them in like they'll switch up the accents. Like there's another character in the show who's like he's like a rock star, and so in the English dub he's got a British accent, but in the French version he has an American accent, which I think is really silly. I really enjoy hearing other languages spoken in a very English or not English, in a very American accent. But so like the main male character, so his grandparents on his mother's side, however, are they're British. So I thought that it was funny. So in the French version, His grandparents on his mom's side, his grandfather he speaks with a British accent, which is incredibly funny. Oh my gosh, I've never heard French spoken with a British accent, and it is so funny. And then his grandmother, for some reason, they also gave her an American accent, which I thought was kind of weird, but it was also pretty funny because it was very like it really sounded like almost like Valley Girl accent sort of. It was very like oui oui parlez du français like that. It was really funny. And then I guess like his grandparents on his father's side, because like it's supposed to be like a dichotomy, like on his mother's side, his grandparents are very like proper and like, you know, just very very formal, and then the ones on his father's side are they're like almost like hippies, but they're not hippies, but they're like big like rock fans, you know. They're very like unconventional, you know. There probably are some French Uma Musume. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, horse racing is popular in France too, at least from what I know. But yeah. So I think for his grandparents on his father's side, they're supposed to be from like northern part of France. So they would have like I think they're supposed to have like a northern dialect. I just don't know what a northern dialect is supposed to sound like. Because I was not, my teacher did not have a northern dialect, and neither does most of the content that I watch. You know, it's just like you know, if you watch like any Hollywood movies, you know, most of the time characters are talking with like, you know, your standard American accent. But like if you're watching like a Western movie, they'll have like, you know, the Southern accent. You know what I mean? But like, and that's an interesting thing too that I learned, is that like a lot of foreigners can't, or I guess I should say like a lot of non-English speakers, they can't differentiate between like different English accents. Cause I noticed, I first learned about this. I saw like a HoloLive clip with Miss Hako's Veils and I believe Miss Oro Crony, and then one of the JP members. I can't remember which one, but they were trying to like demonstrate like their different accents, because they're like saying to her like, you can't tell like the difference between our accents in English, and she was like, no. And so they both said water, and you know, Miss Hako's Veil, she has she's from Australia, so she has an Australian accent, so she says water, you know. That's my best impression of her, sorry. And then or maybe it was Miss Serious Fauna, I can't remember. And then the other one is just said water, and so their JP talent friend was like, oh, okay, I hear the difference now. And it's the same for all non-English speakers, because you see all the time. I see it all over the place, of like, you know, whenever there's like a video of like an English-speaking tourist in an area that's like misbehaving, all the comments will be like, ugh, American tourists, they're always just the worst. Meanwhile, like, the person in the video has a very clear Australian accent, and they're like, all the Americans are like, you're so stupid. How do you not realize that this is not what an American accent sounds like? This person is clearly not American. Which it is true, by the way. People always say that American tourists are the worst. That's not true. Statistically, no, they're not. there are bad American tourists, but they're not the worst. There are worse. I know I behave when traveling abroad. Um, at least this might not be like statistically worldwide, but I know that like in Japan especially, and in New Zealand, Chinese tourists are actually they tend to be the worst behaved. I don't know why. Not all of them. Again, like this is duh. Not every tourist from every country is going to be a saint, and also not every tourist from every country is going to be the devil. You know, it's just case by case, different kind of person. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, and I know, like people get like, I know here people say that like British and French tourists are the worst. Like that's what I've heard from like people in New York and like other big touristy areas. I don't live in a big touristy area. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, language is weird. Sorry, I was reading try. Language is weird. Our brains pick up on all sorts of things. Like I know it's just like how people will get like vocal tics or something. Like I know I do. I get vocal tics all the time. Or like I'll see something funny. I'm like, haha, I'm gonna say that from now on, and then I just do, and it just becomes part of my brain chemistry. I don't know why. I think I just have a stupid sense of humor too. I do think that's definitely part of it. My sick and twisted brain. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Though I think I would say the worst tourists of all are kick streamers. just period. Doesn't matter where they come from. They just all kick streamers need to be banned from every country. Good riddance. Oh man, you and Mama B both. She has also been like she's been going crazy about those racehorses. She doesn't care about like the girls. She's a horse girl, so she just really she really loves her horses. Which is funny because I tried to I had her watch the first season like years ago. I had her watch the first season with me. And at the time she was like, yeah, okay, like, she didn't really seem to like it. But now that I've been playing this game, now like every so often she'll be like, "Did you know that this racehorse did this and this racehorse did this?" And I'm like, "That's very interesting." Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I saw that too. I don't think she was abandoned by her owner. Her owners seem to be, they seem to be taking pretty good care of her. And they're the ones that like, set up the whole thing. Although I don't know, I could be wrong. I just know there's like a Twitter account that like posts about her, in like the farm that she lives in. And I did see that she finally won a race. Yay! That's my girl. I knew she could do it. I knew she could do it. Yeah. So like all that I know is that like, she lives on a nice farm and she's very happy. Yeah, I knew her. She had a winning spirit deep down inside. It was only a matter of time. It took her many years, but she finally did it. Yay! All right. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I hold on. I gotta show you guys something that I found a few nights ago that absolutely sent me. I don't know what possessed me to look this up. I think I was trying to like I think I was okay. So I was thinking about doing just for funsies, like doing like creepypasta character redesigns, and I was like, what's like the most like goofiest looking, like most like goofed up looking ones, you know? So I looked up like creepypasta like list of characters. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Yes, I found this list that I thought was absolutely hilarious on quotive.com, and the best the best website for this sort of thing. It says a list of canon creepypasta characters. First of all, what is this canon? What canon are you talking about? They're all made up. Probably. Yeah, they have Tails doll and Sonic EXE, which is, I guess, apparently still a very popular character. Oh, and there's also Herobrine. I cannot wait for Herobrine to make a canon appearance in the second Minecraft movie. I feel like it's gonna happen. Like they had that one Steve in the in like one of the trailers or something, or like I don't know, some sort of marketing thing that just so happened to not have any eyes, and they're like, oh yeah, it was just a mistake. Like, okay, yeah, we're believing that. So like it starts off very, like as you would expect. Get Slenderman, the Marble Hornets guys, Jeff the Killer, very standard stuff. And then okay, so then it starts getting into like sort of lesser known. We have the one that shall not be named. And then we get into more like OC territory, and then we have just like a couple of like My Little Pony characters, Pink Amina, Rainbow Factory, Little Miss Rarity. For all three people who remember Little Miss Rarity, I don't. I repressed that. And then so then eventually we get into, these are not characters. These are just names of things, and we got Pyramid Head, which is not from a creepypasta. that was first thing I was like, that is. Oh, you don't know Slenderman? Okay, Slenderman is the only like Slenderman like fan character that I like, because I don't know, he has a very cute design. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of this. It's silly, it's goofy, I like it. It's not very serious, and I think it's cute. Oh yeah, don't even get me started. I followed the Ben Drowned ARG for longer than I think most people have. Yeah, so Pyramid Head, I'm already like, I don't know where you're going with this. Robert the Doll, that's a real thing. Lavender Town, not a character. Syndrome, okay. Who is Angelica? Who is Angelica? You see, they'll just have like names with nothing. Like, all right, 1999. Okay. 1999 Bizarre Summer. Okay. Tormented. Are these characters? I don't know. You're losing me here. All right. Like, the anger of Kamai Gakupo, is this supposed to be Kamui Gakupo? That's. I did not know that the Gact Vocaloid is a creepypasta. I know a fair amount about Vocaloid. I did not know that. What else we got? Again, Amazing World of Gumball the Grieving, not a character. SpongeBob Suicide? I don't think that's a character, but okay. Oh, and how can I forget? Stairs. Just stairs. Oh, and Hetalia Axis Power! Oh, yes. The scariest. The scariest creepypasta. honestly, knowing the fandom, they're probably right. When I saw that, I was like, what in the, that is the sneak of all sneaks. Like they just put it Hetalia and thought that no one would notice. And this is clearly written by like a 13-year-old. I'm very confused. Cause like these are supposed to be characters. These are supposed to be what character is Stairs? I'm just imagining like it's the stairs that makes you break your ankle when you walk down them. It's the stairs from Family Guy. You know that the scene in Family Guy where Peter, he's trying to like walk down the stairs and he's like slowly like steps down and then immediately like falls down the stairs. That's it. That's him. American Truck. See, they missed opportunity to have to have Truck-kun on there. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Radicate? I don't know. Yeah, and then I think they had Suicide Mouse on here twice. Oh, I'm not going back to look. I thought that was very funny. It does. Dedicated Pokemon. See, I only know like maybe 10 Pokemon. I did not know that a Pokemon was in Blue's Clues. The Blue's Renegade died after a battle you had. First of all, Blue is a girl, fake fan. I'm kidding. Not about Blue being a girl, she is. But yeah, I thought that was very funny, and I wanted to share it because seeing Hetalia Axis Powers on a list of creepypasta characters just absolutely sent me. Like that's so funny. Like it's a step away from just adding, and I'm the original creepypasta, Chucky Finster. If you know what that's referencing. Great video. Great video. This is a very random collection of characters. I'm surprised they didn't have like Pennywise on there too. You know, they had Pyramid Head. They had Pyramid Head, or like Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear is basically a creepypasta character. Like at this point, might as well be. I've referenced it before. It's called like the creepypasta rap or something like that. It's very funny. I think it's very funny. But I do have a sick and twisted sense of humor. It's the same one. It's the same video. You might have seen it go around on Twitter. It's the same one that's like, it has a clip that's like, I pro Jared and I cheated on my wife. See that? Another missed opportunity. They should have had pro Jared on there. I love it though. Random child that made that list, if you're watching this, you got a good laugh out of me. So thank you. I'm sure all the other like 13-year-old fans that are still for some reason clinging on to this like long abandoned fandom are like raging at you for like misspelling their favorite character's name. But it made me laugh. Maybe I should, but like the thing is, I don't know that many OCs. I only know like, I don't know, maybe like 6. There's so many OCs. Okay. There's so many OCs, and so many of them are just like basically the same. That's just the thing with, you know, the early, and that's another thing too. I only know like the like creepypasta fandom from when it was in its prime. I don't know what characters are considered, like, you know, I don't know what they consider creepypastas today. Like, I don't know, does anything from analog horror count? I feel like it should, but you know, I don't know, do I have like oh god, what's a character from like an analog horror? I don't really, the like monster from the back rooms. I don't know, man. You know, come to think of it, they don't really have like, analog horror doesn't really have like villains per se. And there's like, the intruder from the Mandela catalog, you know. Okay, but I have to have at least like one sneak. If they were allowed to put Hetalia Axis powers into their list, I gotta put one in too. You know, I gotta sneak a non-horror anime in there too. Which one should I do? Oh gosh. This is a big decision. I don't know who that is, but if it's a compliment, then thank you. I don't know, what's a good one to have? Yarichin Bitch Club. Yes. No, I can't add that one. I can't add that one. I can't have 13-year-olds looking that up. No. No, that would weigh on my conscience. Nah, Cardcaptor Sakura is too cutesy. I need like a fandom cringe one. Oron? I feel like Oron is pretty close in style to Hetalia. Just like have Oron High School Host Club. All the comments will be like, what? Why is this here? Oh, alright, that's cool. I'm glad to know that there's other bees. I feel like the bee VTuber, the B-tuber, as I like to call it, community, I feel like there aren't that many, which is sad. So I'm righting a wrong. Yeah, I'm glad to know of other B-tubers. Yeah. Or like, oh, what's that one? Oh, what's that one? There's like a Hololive creepypasta one. Hold on, I gotta look that up. It's like a Project Despair. Oh my gosh, if I could type. Yeah, there's like Wait, no. Wait, no. Hold on. So there's like a there's like a Hololive creepypasta thing. When Iris came out, or came out, when she debuted, there was like a meme going around that was like, they called it like Project Despair. Hold on, please don't have anything like inappropriate. I can't find it, but they made up like a character that was a part of this like quote unquote Project Despair. And I think it was just some sort of like a combination of like a bunch of other characters. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember seeing it at one time. And it was like kind of a meme. That would be a funny one to add. Again, that would be another one. That would be another one where all the 13-year-olds would be like, "What is that?" I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are such fake fans. You're all new gens. You guys are old gen, or you guys are new gens. You don't know Project Despair? Oh my god, embarrassing for you." I'm trying to think what would be another good like sneak one to add. Yeah, exactly. You're a creepypasta fake fan if you've never heard of Project Despair. I just gaslight everyone. That's what I should do. I should just make one up. I should just make up a random character, and then like when people are just like what is that? Steven Universe fandom, man. that was pretty scary. Loud House fandom, that's the scarier one. That's the scariest character. The Loud House fandom, the entire Loud House fandom. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta just like make up like a random freaking character, and then like. And then whenever anybody comments is like, oh, who is whatever, who is this character? Just be like, you don't know that character? Oh my god, you're such a new gen, you're such a fake fan. Oh my gosh. Just gaslight them. see if anybody like adds on. Yeah, exactly. You just be like, it's actually a Lost Media character. Yeah, you must be really lame if you've never heard. Jimmy the Killer. Yeah. My god, I can't believe you've never heard of Jimmy the Killer. God. Did you just get into the fandom today? Oh my god. I am old gen, so I could totally do that. I could totally just be like, oh my gosh, it's like a classic character. I can't believe you don't know them. It was very, very popular in the year 2013. I know that's like 3 years before you were born. Cause you're new gen, you're a little baby man. Yeah, he's Jeff the Killer's cousin, and he has like fire powers, and he's like part demon. Just completely lying. I would be. I would be that meme image of the lady fighting the like toddler. That would be me. I would be the lady. fighting just some random kids. Just gaslight them. Gaslight them anytime they're like, that's not a real character. Be like, actually, I've been around in this fandom for way longer than you. That's not true. Well, yes it is, but yes and no. I only interact with the fandom around Halloween, which is why I don't know why I interacted with it just this past week. I don't know. That was fleeting moments. Yeah, it's, you know, it's probably true. It's probably true. Oh, that's right. The boiled one, I think that's probably like, I think that's like the closest. I don't know. Would you guys consider the boiled one to be a creepypasta? I feel like I don't know what else it would be. I guess it's I don't know. I feel like analog horror is basically just creepypasta. It's just like in video format, you know? I'm just saying. If Marble Hornets gets considered to be creepypasta, then I feel like analog horror should be too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the closest thing we have today, besides like Poppy Playtime or whatever. Fetty Five Bear. I love saying that. I cannot wait for FNAF at Freddy 2. Five Bear Boogaloo. I cannot wait to see Balloon Boy up on the big screen. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. If you sent a message, I'm sorry I can't read it right now. Unfortunately, OBS is being stupid. It doesn't wanna, like, I don't know. It's like glitching out right now. It's all the evil spirits that I've let into my computer. You're like, no, you cannot know what message you got from someone who's giving you money. Like, okay, all right, whatever you say. And like, honestly, I have not really like kept up with the online horror scene. Oh God, sorry, my throat just like, ew, what was that? I have not kept up with the online horror scene, really. Ah, thank you, Jimmy the Killer. Oh no! Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting me. Yeah, thank you, and also thank you, Jimmy the Killer. Couldn't have done it without you. Let's go. Let's go gaslight some kids. Jimmy the Killer. That's the evil spirit that's in my computer. Yep. Yeah, I feel like online horror nowadays, I feel like people do too much with they'll just be like, oh, let's take some random like thing and to make it's scary now, and now it's analog horror, and now it is scary only because it is the analog horror. Like, okay, man, all right. Yes, we have evidence now. Jimmy the Killer is real, and he is hiding in your walls. So, good luck. Totally did not just make him up on the spot. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that like OG creepypasta fandom was like totally completely original, cause no, it was not. Like pretty much every other character was a Jeff the Killer clone in some way or another. They just had different colored hair and like, I don't know, some random like flashy character trait. And that was their thing. A bubble horror game, probably. Probably, I don't know. But I do feel that like a lot of like horror series that are being made today are kind of just the same. I don't know. Some of them do different Joe Mama, yes, yes, that's the perfect sneak character. Have Joe Mama at the very end. Have at last but not least, Joe Mama. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started on the on the lost episode ones. Oh my gosh, that was like the epitome of this is just the same thing but with a different character. Lost episode creepypastas were so by the dozen that I even made one when I was in like the 5th grade. I still wish that I had the second page to that. I'm never gonna live that down. My magnum opus. I remember one of my teachers. This is gonna sound worse than it was, but one of my teachers read that story, and you know, surprisingly, I feel like normally if like a teacher read like a kid writing like a scary story thing, they would be like, oh, you should probably like get them in counseling or something. No, my teacher, I think my teacher was very sensible, and she was just like, you know, maybe she could like grow up to be like a horror author like Stephen King or something. Like, yeah. So yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that teacher saying that. Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a girl. I feel like maybe if I was a boy, it might be a little more. Oh, I don't know. Like, you know, probably they're like she's probably not. And also I'm just like I'm not like a violent person. You know, like, I've never like hit anybody. I never like killed small animals just because. I do the opposite of that. All right. Well, you have a good night. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Yeah, I really I appreciate that. I feel like especially, oh my gosh, if I wrote a story like that in my middle school, I feel like my teachers in middle school, they would immediately be like, go to the office, go talk to the guidance counselor, and then the guidance counselor would have probably sent me to a hospital again without telling my parents. That was a fun time. That was a fun time. It did happen. It did happen once, but not because I wrote a scary story. It was a whole different thing. I won't get into it because Mama B doesn't like it when I tell that story. But I like got out of my creepypasta phase like maybe like end of 7th grade. It was not that long of a phase for me, all things considered. Like in comparison to some of my other phases, it really it lasted longer than many, but it compared to like I don't know like My Little Pony or a Vocaloid. Yeah. It only comes back like I keep saying, it comes back around once a year like a cringe werewolf. It takes me back over during Halloween. It's like a Goosebumps book. Your cringe phase comes back. Oh my goodness. And I was really into the fandom. I was super into like the whole like the mansion thing. I said I wasn't like certain other people. I knew that they were not real, and they're just fictional characters. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, it's part of me. My cringe is part of me. I accept it. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. You know what? Actually, I think it makes me stronger. I think going back into some of my cringe phases, I think it makes me stronger. Makes me less afraid. Yeah. So like you all can call me cringe. That is true, but I am also free. Ha ha ha. Except for my warrior cat's face, I did not fall back into that one because I heard that the book series kind of fell off, which is sad, but oh well, it was bound to happen. Actually, I don't know. Are they still making warrior cats books? I gotta look that up now. Do they still make them? Do they still make warrior cats? Yes. They're currently. Shut up, Google. I'm not doing your AI garbage. Yes, the Warrior Cat series is still ongoing. There are currently 8 main series, with a ninth, Changing Skies, confirmed and underway, with the first book released in 2025. Well, there you go. Will I read it? No. But you know what? It's nice to know. Like I would say I'm still like kind of into my mythology phase. Like I never there's some phases that I've never like grown out of, like my Vocaloid phase, which we know. But also like my mythology phase, I never stopped, being into mythology. Just because I just love learning about like different cultures and stuff. And I think it's so fascinating, especially how like a lot of stories kind of are similar like all over the world. Like take the Eros and Psyche story. There's all sorts of different variations. You could even say Beauty and the Beast is a variation of that. It's just very interesting how different cultures come up with like the same sort of beliefs and stuff. I think that's cool. Yeah. And like I said, I just love learning about different cultures. Like I had like one, like a very short phase where I was just like looking up like the like traditional cultural dress from like every country that I could think of. Just because I thought that traditional outfits were so beautiful, and I was like, I just gotta know. I gotta know what they all look like. You know. I just I really like it, and I don't understand why people don't want cultures to be shared, and I don't know. It makes me sad because like everybody's so interesting, and they're all everyone's different, and I like it. I like different is cool. Yeah. Oh, my favorite, I don't know, there's so many to choose from. I gotta think about it. I do, I do. I'm a big fan of like traditional Native American outfits. They're really cool, especially with like all the feathers and stuff. Oh, so pretty. And they're also really colorful too. I like that too. I like cultures that have very colorful outfits. I also really like oh yeah, kimonos are very beautiful. Um I really like I think they're called hanfu. Hold on. Hanfu. Yeah. It's like the traditional Chinese dress. They're very elegant, very pretty. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. It's like I get TikToks from time to time of like I'm not sure. I don't I don't think they're like competitions or anything. I think it's like a heritage festival thing or something that that certain tribes do, and they'll just have like they'll have like a bunch of people like dancing. So I get TikToks of that from time to time, and they just they all look so happy and so fun. I remember I saw one girl who I swear I'm like 99% sure that she was like a goth girl because like her outfit it was all black. I was like, oh my gosh. I've never seen like a traditional Native American outfit that's like goth. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know the culture. Maybe that's like a normal thing, and it's not like a fashion statement at all. But she was the only one. She was the only one that was wearing all black, and everyone else was like they all had like bright different colored outfits, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And that's the thing too. I also really like different like fashion subcultures too. Mm-mm. Yeah, sorry. I do like saris too. Like I said, there's so many ones to choose from. I also like I like a lot of like Russian and Ukrainian like those traditional outfits. They look so cozy. They definitely to me they look very comfortable. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I really enjoy that. I do enjoy Lolita fashion. Oh, welcome. Yes, I do. I do have. I like to call it a three mouth. It's like like the emoticons, like the colon three. Yeah. Yeah, I like both like regular Lolita and like gothic Lolita. I mean, obviously that's why I did design Griffin, you know. I remember when I went to Japan and I saw real Judai K girls. I was like, "Oh my gosh." I've seen girls dressed like this on the internet, but I've never seen it in real life. They're so cool. I've seen a couple girls like where I work. I've seen like because I work at like a sort of nerdy store, so you get some alternative people coming in from time to time. And so I've seen a couple of girls that do like a little like Lolita look, and I think that they're really cool. But I don't really see too many GIK girls. I think I saw I saw like a GI girl like a few weeks ago, And she complimented. I have a couple of Fragaria Memories buttons on my lanyard, and she was like, "I like your Fragaria Memories buttons," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you know Fragaria Memories? Oh, because like nobody. I think I have met a total of 2 people who knew what they were, including her." So I was very happy, and I saw like on her phone case she had like one of the characters. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm not the only person that really likes this series. I wish that it was more popular here. I feel like it could be Sanrio's Twisted Wonderland over here if they marketed more to like English speaking community. It's like I think they have an English Twitter account, but they don't really post on it. They mostly just post on the Japanese account. And they do at least they subtitle like the main stories, which I appreciate. But like cuz they do other like little shorts. They call them like night links, but they don't subtitle those. So there's a YouTube account that like subtitles all the night links, which I'm very happy about. And they had which I was very salty that they didn't have subtitles for. They had like little like sort of interviews with like all the different characters. So it would just be like, when's your birthday? How tall are you? What's your schedule like? And they didn't subtitle any of those, and I was really disappointed because like I want to know stuff like that. It's like at that point they didn't really have like any character profiles. Like this was the first time we learned their birthdays and their height, which I especially wanted to know their heights. For strictly for fan art purposes. I want to make sure I'm drawing them all at the correct heights. Oh, and yeah, I feel like if they marketed more in like English speaking spaces, it would be more popular. Also because Twisted Wonderland also has a game, so I feel like that it's more accessible. Also Disney adults, but I don't know. Like, who do you think? Do you really think Disney adults are playing Twisted Wonderland? I don't know if they are. I feel like, honestly, I feel like the people who play Twisted Wonderland are also Sanrio girlies, and they would eat it up, you know? How I'd like beside them, I'm shorter than all of them. I already know. I don't need height charts to figure that out. I already know. I just like to know so that like, if I'm drawing them like in a lineup or something, I'm drawing them like as close to their heights as I can, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the overlap between Disney adults and Twisted Wonderland fans cuz I'm not a Twisted Wonderland fan. I'll probably watch the anime when it comes out, but other than that, I don't know the character's name, but I like the twink with the bob and the pink hair. That's it. That's like, oh, and I like the one who's like the Queen of Hearts and he's got like red hair. I like that one too. Those are the only characters that I really know. I know that one. I know the like Hades guy with like the blue hair, the blue hair and pronouns. I know that one. And I know the twins. Is that it? And I know the Maleficent guy. And the Jack Skellington guy. Because I remember seeing a whole bunch of fan art of that guy on Twitter when that character came out. He looks exactly like Gojo. And I feel like that was intentional. You know? Like, I'm just, hold on. I gotta show you all now, cause like, he really does. He really looks, Twisted Wonderland, Jack Skellington guy. I don't know his name. It's like, probably! She probably would! Yeah, you see, he looks, he's just, like, that's just Gojo. That's just Gojo, but with messed up, with like British teeth. Like, you know, he's got same hair, same glasses, same sort of attitude. Like that's just Gojo, man. Oh, I know all the characters for Fragaria Memories. I'm talking about Twisted Wonderland. I don't know any of the characters from that. Are you kidding? I've been keeping up. I've been keeping up with all the episodes. I'm waiting for them to release the next the next Noir Bouquet one. The gang's almost all together. That's what's happening. That's what's happened in the Noir Bouquet. They're all going to the to Bad Maru Kingdom, so they can all be a group together. Yay! It looks like young Gojo. Okay. But Gojo's better looking. Okay, alright. The council has spoken. Yeah, I feel like they made that design choice intentionally. They were like, alright, this Gojo guy, he's like top spot on everyone's Husbando charts. How can we have him? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, them and to many other people. I know there's a lot of people thirst over like all the JJK guys, but especially him. Him and like who else is? Who's the other guy that like everybody, the like Ghetto? I think that's his name. Yeah. I don't watch JJK. I'm sorry. I don't know their names really. Yeah, I know people thirst over those two especially. You like the Gojo from Princess of Darling? Well, that Gojo he's very nice. He's a nice boy. I wish I had a friend like Gojo from my Dress Up Darling. What I wouldn't give to have somebody to make cosplays for me. Oh my gosh, that would be the dream. I would, you know, I would learn how to make cosplays myself, but I just, like I say, I don't have the time, nor the money, nor the space. So, yeah, unfortunately, I do. I need a seamstress or something. I would pay them. It's true. Any volunteers? I feel like if I were to make any sort of cosplay, I want to make a Yishi, I think that's her name, from the Synth V character. So I want to do like a Butcher's Vanity sort of thing. I like that song. and I think it would be fun. And plus, her design is pretty simple. It's just like a jacket and a shirt and pants and a hat. Easy peasy. That'll be maybe one day. Maybe one day. And unfortunately, I did not take advantage of all the Joann's closing, so I did not get any cheap fabrics or sewing machines. Oh well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the plushies and my one bottle of ramen. Well, how big do you think my room is? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. She does have a bit of Pokemon trainer vibes. Ah. Huh. Sorry, I'm getting a little eepy here. Oh, I didn't know. I'm a fake Pokemon fan, though I never claimed to be a fan in the first place. Well, I know, but like especially right now, 'cause it's late for me. I won't go to bed. I think I might do that. Alright. before I start getting like all loopy and pass out. Alright. I think that'll be it for me for today, but I'll probably stream again sometime here soon. I still need to fix up Aoi's model. I have so many projects that I'm working on right now. So many things. So many things. But yeah, that'll be it for me for today. Thank you everybody for joining in. And I hope you all have a beautiful day.